Breaking news, faithful. Breaking news. Welcome, San Francisco 49ers faithful. The San Francisco 49ers and tight end George Kittle. That's right, George Kittle have just agreed to a deal, 4-year deal. We're going to talk about that. I'm excited because George Kittle is the best damn tight end in the NFL. And this makes sense. Let me put my glasses on so I can see, even though I don't need them to see. This makes sense because the 49ers decided not to really address the tight end position in the NFL draft. George Kittle did not report to camp, the voluntary camp days early, but he did show up on day 2 of the draft, and it just sounded like they were going to work out a deal. George Kittle, 4 years, $76.4 million extension with $40 million guaranteed. Can we say must be the money? Show me the God blessed money. That's what I'm talking about. So George Kittle is going to be with the 49ers. And again, I'm super excited because the Niners still currently have the best tight end in football. He's still producing at a high level. And they let us know that he's probably going to be here until the days he chooses to retire. That's probably why the Niners didn't look to draft that tight end that everybody was so high on. Also, they brought in another tight end in free agency to be his complement, to let George Kittle know that he's still number freaking 1. So, guys, good morning, top of the morning. Hope you guys are up early, ready to go. This is great news if you're a 49ers faithful, because I know a lot of people were a little worried about the George Kittle situation. Were they going to trade him? They did not. Were they going to extend him? They absolutely did. And let's just kind of, let's just take a quick look at what was reported by Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport. Shout out to Bussin' with the Boys. I got the alert like 6 something in the morning. I was like, oh my gosh, is this for real? I had to wake up twice just to make sure that I wasn't dreaming out there in La La Land. Then I got up, used the bathroom. Then I got up, brushed my teeth. Then I got up, started folding clothes, and then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, this is official. This is official. So if you're just tuning in, the San Francisco 49ers and George Kittle have worked out a 4-year extension. All right, 4-year extension. You can see this is per rap sheet. 4 years, $76.4 million contract. And again, it's $40 million guaranteed, making him the highest paid tight end in the NFL. You could take that Trey McBride contract and say, no, you're not the highest paid tight end. And you know what? The Niners are back to the lab, right? They're back in the lab. They're making things happen. And George Kittle, very vital to Kyle Shanahan's offense. I always say, when you get a guy like George Kittle, he's rare. He's a rare player. And I understand he's getting a little older up in age, but, when players get older and their play increases and it doesn't decrease, it doesn't decline, it inclines, it's kind of hard to walk away from players like Trent Williams, George Kittle. You kind of let these guys walk out on their own terms. And it sounds like Parag Marate, John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan, who doesn't really get into the contract details, they're kind of allowing those unicorn type of players to walk out on their own terms. I consider George Kittle rare as a unicorn. And yeah, I've seen, I don't know about you, I've seen some great tight ends in the history of football, but I have not seen a lot of them that do the same things that George Kittle does. He's number 1 in blocking, all right, as far as a tight end. He's really great in receiving and pass catching. He's great in run blocking. I mean, what do you want more from a complete tight end? And I think when you look at George Kittle, you get complete. And so you need him, you want him on your team because you want that viable option to be able to run the quick screens, run the post down the seams, run him over the middle of the field, run him out of the backfield, have him run block, pancake, screen. However, George Kittle, to me, is that unicorn out there that the San Francisco 49ers most certainly need on the football field. He definitely allows the offense to flow. You can't teach his mindset. I think that's the key. Like, you can't teach the grit, the mindset. That comes with the player. That's why every player is unique in their own. And George Kittle adds that uniqueness, his wit, his savvy, his character. It's all a part of who he is. And it's cool to see that the 49ers, again, take care of one of your homegrown. Let me get to some of the comments. 49er Josh, seeker of truth and wisdom. Pay your core players. Kittle is a pillar. I don't know if you remember me doing an episode about the pillars of the San Francisco 49ers. And when you're a pillar, you are stable. You are part of the foundation that holds up the rest of the team. And that's kind of what I get from George Kittle. You know what I'm saying? And that's a great thing. Peachy says Fred and Brock got to get theirs now. Yep, Brock will probably be the last to get paid. Fred Warner will probably be next to get some type of a contract extension. And then he too, not saying Fred is old, but he's definitely reaching Unk status. George Kittle is definitely Unk status. And so Fred will probably be the next to be extended with the San Francisco, for not restructured, but extended. And he'll help teach these young guys, you know what I'm saying, to come up how to play linebacker for the San Francisco 49ers. JP Hellahard 2800 said he's one-on-one. My brother Oscar got him up early. Great job, 49ers. Clap. That's right. Let's go. Let's go. I see you, baby. 4:40 a.m. on the coast. Stephanie, Kittle is the heart of this team. Yeah, he's definitely he's the beat, right? Like, he's the guy that makes this team like flow, man. If Kittle's energy is off, you know something is off. And I felt like there were times you saw George Kittle's energy off several times. You've seen it off several times. And if he's the one that speaks at the end of the presser, you know what I'm saying? He lets everybody know. Eddie G and the Beat Dogs, let's effing go. J Key all day. Christy Marie, what's going on, fam? Fam! That's right, it's going down. Drew and Scotia, see the 49ers got ahead of this for once. Fred. So look, they're taking care. These players aren't getting first-time contracts. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to put that out there. This is not his first rodeo. They made George Kittle the highest paid tight end once. Now he's the highest paid tight end again. They got ahead of this, like you said. They weren't going to let this linger around. This is why money was freed up. This is why they had money left over to spend. And again, this lessens the salary cap again for this year. So the Niners are looking really good at salary cap wise, and I'll break that stuff down later. But just as far as breaking news, you get a pillar, you get a core player, you get the best damn tight end in the NFL. I need to get a t-shirt that says that, something like best damn TE or something like that, because that's who George Kittle is. And when you grade him or you assess him all around, there's nobody in the NFL that does it better than GK, okay? There's nobody that does it better than GK. And you know what I like about Kittle the most? He's not necessarily out there complaining. He's just out there ready to do the damn job. If he's healthy or unhealthy and he could play football, he's out there. He's out there. And for me, this solidifies what the Niners are going to be doing in the run game more than anything. I know George Kittle is that threat in the passing game, but godly, man, Christian McCaffrey back, Trent Williams back, the team just healthy, having a healthy run. This is what I'm talking about. Now you get George Kittle back in the fold, outside zone all day. Outside zone all day. And I don't think there's going to be a team or defense in the league that can stop it. You feel me? Big money music. Yes, sir. Dwayne Wine. They don't know about a different world, dog. They don't know about a different world. Oscar, haven't been to bed. Wow. Dang, you need to get you an hour, at least an hour. Take a cat nap. You know what I'm saying? Take a cat nap. Big money music. Kittle has been underutilized for years. Kittle needs to force feed our best receiving option moving forward. I think it all comes down to matchups. Yes, we've seen underutilization for George Kittle. But I think it really comes down to how teams are defending. And if teams don't have the safeties and linebackers, then I expect Kyle Shanahan to exploit the defense, and use George Kittle, whether it's over the middle, whether it's all the way around. Like I said, I missed the tight end screens. We saw, 2-3 tight end screens last year, and they were effective. Bring that back. And with George Kittle being secured, I think this is good. So again, breaking news, not to keep you guys too long. 10 minutes is a long time for breaking news. I just wanted to put this out there. George Kittle, once again, has agreed with the San Francisco 49ers to a 4-year extension. 4-year extension, $76.4 million with $40 million guaranteed. He's again the highest paid tight end in the NFL. So faithful, go grab you a cup of coffee and have a mother-loving great day. It's your boy, The Wayne Breezie. Don't forget to check out my other videos. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if this is your first time watching. And make sure your notifications are on so like my brother Oscar, you don't ever miss an episode. Love y'all. Keep it faithful to the Bay. Peace. What's up, faithful? Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And make sure you check out some of the other cool videos.